Hi. In this series of 3 quick videos, I have 3 challenges for you. I'm Leah Craft Christine, and I teach how to live your life to the absolute fullest. And you start with gaining control over yourself. You pick up your power, you build your energy, you open up your brain, you use more of what you have. How? By being a happier person. And so today is the day 2 of my challenges. The first was the challenge of becoming and being optimistic for a day. The second is called anti-pessimism. How does a pessimist react to life? Well, I've talked about in the other videos about what makes an optimist. What happens to an optimist? Well, an optimist has more friends, they make more money, they don't get sick as often, and they live longer. No big deal. Pessimists fail to use their full functioning of their brains. They fail to use the full functioning of their energy. In fact, they probably cut themselves off at the knees. So I want to give you this challenge that for one day you will work very hard to become an anti-pessimist. How does a pessimist respond to something that happens when it's good? It's good. It's good news. Do you know any pessimists? You might. When something good happens to a pessimist can knock it down immediately by saying something like, well, I guess they have the wrong person, or this isn't going to last very long, or this is the one and only time this is going to happen. This was a fluke. It's a fluke. It wasn't supposed to happen. I didn't deserve this, and it's just going to go away really fast. And will it affect other things in my life positively? No, not a chance. This is because it's a fluke. Nothing can move that in my life. That's not going to move the needle on anything. Just winning that $100 or that 400 or that $1,000 or 10,000, maybe 20,000, that's not going to take care of what I need to have taken care of. It's not helping. That's what a pessimist would say. And a pessimist would say, and this always kind of happens to me because it gets me lifted up for a minute and then it just drops me like a stone. Pessimists find all kinds of ways to make themselves and others feel like a wet blanket has just been tossed over their heads and draping them, dripping, cold, and heavy. What does a pessimist do when something bad happens? Oh my gosh, they're in their element. Yeah, this is just the train of the future. This is it. It's going to keep going just like this. More of the same, more of the same. They'll say more of the same. And of course, everything's going downhill from here. It's affecting everything else in my life. It's affecting this, and it's going to affect that, and it's going to affect that. And I'm sure I was at fault. I always do something stupid, or it's just me. It's just my luck. I have got bad luck. There's a dark cloud hanging over my head. It's just like that for me. Pessimists are not about finding solutions or looking hopeful or looking upward toward any kind of imaginative, hopeful future. They do not use their imaginations for good. They use their imaginations for bad. They use their imaginations for imagining disaster of all kinds. They imagine things going wrong. They imagine getting sick. They imagine being broke. They imagine having a car wreck. They imagine everything, not only for themselves, but for other people too. If you know a pessimist, it will be very hard for you to change that person. But truly, truly, it would be good to try to have some kind of an impact on that person. However, if it sucks the energy out of you, you are going to have to bless that person, sprinkle some sparklies on them, and say, best of luck to you. I'll see you later. Because it is not your job to get inside that pessimist's head and tinker with it. In fact, there is no one in there with that pessimist. There's no one in their brain with them except them. And you cannot crawl in there either. Now, if you tend to be a pessimist, if you saw yourself in my little rant just now, it's time to change. It's who I used to be. It's what could have prevented me from writing my first book, because God knows there's 50,000 million people writing books every day. So why write another one? Well, I wrote one and it landed me on the Oprah Winfrey Show. And I don't have any connections. I didn't have any connections at that time. There was nothing in my life except me and my little book. Now, you and anyone can decide it's best to not hope for anything great or wonderful. But in that case, all I would say to you is you are using your greatest tool, which is your imagination, to stomp on your life. And I'm sorry, I'm standing here and I can say to you, quit it. My mother had to die of cancer at a very young age for me to finally stop and say, Leah, when are you going to learn how to handle life? When are you going to learn that it's okay to be happy? When are you going to learn that it's all right to let it be all right? It took me going through really big stuff to finally say, doggone it, if there's a price to pay for letting myself be happy and be hopeful, I'm willing to pay it, because I don't know how long or short life can be, but I am not going to spend another day in my self-made misery. So there you have it. I am challenging you to take a 24-hour period today or tomorrow and watch your every response. If something goes wrong, watch yourself and see if you're trying to make it bigger than it is, or tell yourself that you just deserve it, or you caused the whole thing, or it's all your fault and you're just a bad person. And stop it now. And when something good happens, do like an optimist and milk it for all it's worth. Instead of telling yourself it's the one and only time it's going to happen, say more of the good stuff is going to happen. I can feel it. Let it grow. It's going to affect more things in your life. And you were helpful in making it happen, because the better you feel more consistently, the more good things happen to you. I can attest to that. I did not send Oprah balloons or chocolate rabbits. I prayed. So when I say it's helpful to let your imagination see yourself doing and being and having what you want to do and be and have, it is healthy for you. It helps you to keep your body's immune system stronger. It helps you to meet more people, have more friends, make more money, and live longer. I promise. My name is Leah Craft Christine. Please go see my YouTube channel. And please go to the address you see on your screen and get a gift from me that will help you to let yourself be a little more calm and free, and help you to get through some things that are difficult.